LA's fine, the sun shines most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. Palm trees grow and rents are low, but you know I keep thinking about making my way back.
Well, he's New York City born and raised, but nowadays he's lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't his home. New York's home, but it ain't his home no more.
I said, to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair.
He cried, he said, and he is lost, and he can't even say why.
Leaving me lonely still.
Did he ever read about a frog who dreamed of being a king, and then he became one? Well, except for the names and a few other changes, if you talk about me, the story's the same one.
But he has got an emptiness deep inside, and he has tried, but it won't let him go. And he is not a man who likes to swear, but he never cared for the sound of being alone.
He said, to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair.
I cried, I said, and I am lost, and I can't even say why.
Leaving him lonely still.
There's a light, a certain kind of light, that never shone on me. But I want my life to be lived with you, lived with you. There's a way, everybody says, to do each and every little thing. But what good does it bring if I ain't got you, if I ain't got you?
You don't know what it's like.
Baby, you don't know what it's like
To love somebody, to love somebody.
the way I love you.
In my brain, I see your face again. I know my frame of mind. You ain't got to be so blind, and I'm blind, so sorrily blind. I am a lady, can't you see what I am? I live and breathe for you. But what good does it do if I ain't got you? If I ain't got you.
Baby, you don't know what it's like
You don't know what it's like.
to love somebody, to
The
love
way I love you.
somebody.
The way I love you.
Come on, come on, come on, baby, you don't know what it's like
You don't know what it's like.
to love somebody, to love somebody,
The way I love you.
to love somebody, to love somebody.
The way I love you.
It was an acoustic medley of two songs.
That was quite long, both of you, to get through all that lot, and it was two very different.
I did do it once a while back where it wasn't recorded, but that's been long enough that I kind of forgot what it was. So
yeah, it's quite difficult, those two together.
Though it's though it's difficult, it's quite nice at the same time. You know, it's a sort of a
Yeah, they're nice songs. I agree. They're nice songs. Yeah.
They often do duets where they sing about 3 or 4 different songs, so that was quite a short one for them.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I suppose really it's hard because they are two separate songs. But maybe if you were going to do them as a medley, you maybe just do the choruses.
Yeah, the rhythm sort of changes a bit from one to the other. This is a song about my local Border Morris group in Pevensey, which is just up the road from me, and it's called Anderida Border Morris Calling. Were you ever in Pevensey Bay, where there are fishing boats both night and day? You won't find that anymore down on the Sussex shore. Pevensey Bay is down by the sea, where waves do crash and seagulls flee, where there is such a rich history down at Pevensey. So jump up and dance now in the border style, at Pevensey where Anderida, Border Morris are there. With their tatters and their sticks, they bring joy to the border mix. So jump up to dance now in the border style, at Pevensey where Anderida, Border Morris are there. With their music, dancing and their bells, all misery they do dispel. The Pevensey locals greet you with a smile, and the pace of life slows down a while. It is a unique and quirky Border Morris style that is found in Pevensey. So join Anderida Border Morris now at Wallsend, and come and explore their unique blend. And enjoy Morris dancing with newfound friends, with Anderida Boris down at Pevensey. So jump up to dance now in the border style, at Pevensey where Anderida, Border Morris are there. With their tatters and their sticks, they bring joy to the border mix. So jump up to dance now in the border style, at Pevensey where Anderida, Border Morris are there. With their music, dancing and their bells, all misery they do dispel. Come rain or shine or stormy seas, there is a place in Pevensey that you will find Morris dancers to see, where the water always gleams down at Pevensey. So next time you drive past the fort, park up and visit this ancient port. Pop into the courthouse and the jail, where Morris dancers they do dwell, down at Pevensey. So jump up and dance now in the border style, at Pevensey where Anderida, Border Morris are there. With their tatters and their sticks, they bring joy to the border mix. So jump up to dance now in the border style, at Pevensey where Anderida, Border Morris are there. With their music, dancing and their bells, all misery they do dispel. Now some will say that Pevensey is too small, but it is full of Morris dancers for you to see. And with pubs, a tea room and a mint house, now can you grouse? With so much history on show, have a wander and a dance, but make it slow. Pevensey Castle you cannot miss, where Morris dancers dance outside down at Pevensey. So jump up and dance now in the border style, at Pevensey where Anderida, Border Morris are there. With their tatters and their sticks, they bring joy to the border mix. So jump up to dance now in the border style. At Pevensey, where Anderida, Border Morris are there, with their music, dancing and their bells, all misery they do dispel. All misery, Anderida, Border Morris, they do dispel.
Well done, Brian.
As she rolled into Dallas on a dashing black stallion, a silver trim bridle caught the rays of the sun. She had a plume in the band of a spotless white Stetson, a long velvet gown and 2 matching 6 guns.
Sometimes she wore fringe on her bright beaded buckskins. She raised hell with her pistols and smoked a cigar. She had a rattlesnake necklace and she loved desperados. The petticoat wildcat was the outlaw Belle Star.
Born Myra Belle Shirley in southwest Missouri, she spoke Greek and Latin and Hebrew quite well. She's fierce as a wildcat, deadly aim with a pistol. She played the piano like a sweet southern belle.
Her brother rode under the black flag in Kansas. He was killed with a Quantrill in the Great Civil War. She was only 16 when she bought twin revolvers and began her career as the outlaw Belle Star.
And she loved many men who were wild, rough and fearless. She danced with Cole Younger and she fancied Frank James. She married Jim Reed, a dashing young outlaw, and many a lawman soon cursed her name.
Jim rode with Tom Starr, the Cherokee outlaw. Robbing and rustling, they were wolves of the world. While he was in hiding, Belle gave him 2 children. She called her son Edward and her precious girl Pearl.
Soon Jim was killed over in Paris, Texas, by a bold bounty hunter with a deputy star. So she ran to the Younger clan way up in Texas and soon became known as the outlaw Belle Star.
Belle took to hide out over in Oklahoma and lived with the Star Clan in Younger's Bend. She soon fell in love there with Sam Starr, the bad man, and her home was a haven to many bad men.
Belle smuggled whiskey and she sold it to Indians, and she rode a big horse named Venus, as black as coal tar. She was caught as a horse stealing by Judge Isaac Parker, and he sent her to prison, this outlaw Belle Star.
Belle taught French there to the children of Detroit's prison warden, but she soon was released back to old Younger's Bend. But she did not repent, and she soon told reporters she counted brave gallant outlaws as her best friends.
One night she was playing the lively pump organ, a local dance hall that served as a bar, when the news came that Sam had been killed by a policeman. Bring him in and let him out, said the outlaw Belle Star.
Not long she was widowed when she married Jim Julie. He was educated and a horse thief to boot. He left her alone when he went out a-rambling, and he reckoned her safe because she knew him to shoot.
One day when her daughter Pearl went out a-riding. She saw Bell's horse galloping, and she'd not gone so far when she found Bell face down and fatally wounded. A shotgun ambush killed the outlaw Bellstar.
The Cherokees came to the bandit queen's funeral. They dropped crumbs of cornbread in the casket and cried. And the New York Times front page soon noted her passing. She was buried in riding clothes, a gun by her side.
Soon Pearl went to walking the dark streets of Fort Smith. As the bandit queen's daughter, she was known near and far, but she lived to the shadow of her mother forever, haunted forever by the outlaw Bellstar.
Bellstar by the Diamond Trio.
I think that was a lovely story, but a very strange song to sing.
It was, but we didn't do too bad. It sounded all right. Well, I'll wait till I hear the recording of it.
Sounded all right.
Yeah. It was when, if you ever listen to the original, it was very, the tune was the same. It didn't vary it at all. So it just went straight through, almost like a story rather than a song. When they
well, I've probably good I didn't hear that before I tried to sing it, because that might have put me off.
It was very repetitive as a tune to sing, yeah. But an interesting story, I thought, because I've never heard of her before. But apparently she's real, isn't she?
She is indeed, yeah. From the true West.
Guessing,
Yeah.
She's true, yeah.
This is a song by Tammy Wynette called Divorce, with the words the writers forgot to write, which were written by Scottish country singer Billy Connolly. Anyway, Divorce. Our little dog, Tammy, is 6 years old today, and she is as smart as any damn kid. But when you mention the VET, my dog Tammy, she damn near flips her lid. Words like SHOT or WORM make her frightened today. These are the words which make TAMMY, my dog, SQUIRM, so much today. My dog Tammy, QUARANTINE, starts today because she bit the VET and then TAMMY, she ran away. My dog TAMMY caused me and my wife to have a big fight, and then both of them bit me, and that's why I'm going to get a DIVORCE. My wife shouted, "Get him, TAMMY," and Tammy jumped over and bit my LEG. Tammy sank her teeth into my BUM, and my wife called me an effing C. Well, I'm TELLING. That was my cue to kick him OFF. And I'm going down to the town TONIGHT to get a brand new BRIDE to brighten my day. Oh yes, Tammy's QUARANTINE T-I-N-E starts today. Both my wife and my wee scabby dog, T-A-M-M-Y, will soon be hauled away. That's why I spell out A-T-W-O-L-L, so my dog T-A-M-M-Y can't hear. Oh, I must admit that my dog T-A-M-M-Y is acting Q-U-E-E-R today. Yes, I must admit that my dog T-A-M-M-Y is acting Q-U-E-E-R today. Divorce. Perfect country song.
Very good. Very good.
No idea
Okay.
why they didn't include those words in Tammy Wynette's song, but must have been an overlap, I suppose.
Well, you never know. Back in those days, a song could be only 2.5, 3 minutes, so spelling out Q-U-A-R-A-N-T-I-N-E is takes up half of that. So
Yeah, true.
anyway, that was great. That was great. We all were laughing about that one. Thank you, Brian. That was awesome.
This is a song by Michael Martin Murphy called Home on the Range, an old Roy Rogers song probably. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. At home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. The red man was pressed from this part of the West. It's not likely he'll ever return to the banks of Red River, where seldom is ever his flickering campfire still burn. At home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. How often at night, when the heavens are bright, I see the light of those glittering stars. Have I laid there amazed, and asked as I gazed, if their glory exceeds that of ours. At home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. I love the wild flowers in this bright land of ours, and I love the white curlew's shrill scream, the bluffs and white rocks and antelope flocks that graze on the mountains so green. At home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. The air is so pure, and the breeze is so fine, these zephyrs so balmy and light, that I would not exchange my home here to the range, forever in azure so bright. At home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Oh, give me a land where the bright diamond sand flows leisurely down to the stream, where the graceful white swan goes gliding along like a maid in a heavenly dream. At home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Yes, at home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home on the range.
Good job.
Thanks, Brian. This is
Excellent.
Classic song from the past.
Yes, it is. Yes, the deer and the antelope. In my part of the country, it's elk and coyotes. We have antelope, but they're kind of in the different places than where my place is up in Strawberry. We have elk. We have so many elk there, like they're a plague actually. There's in the little tiny town of Strawberry, which has maybe 1,000 houses, and it's there are probably there's a herd of probably 150 200 elk, and you can't grow any crops. You know, my neighbor has a 12-foot fence, so they can't jump over his fence, because I have a 6-foot fence. I don't know. I have a fence anyway, but it's nothing for the elk to be able to jump over that fence. Not that I care if they're in my yard, but all right. Deer and the antelope. Thanks for that one, Brian. That was good.
This is a song about a conversation between two Scottish soldiers at the time of the Jacobite Rising of 1745, and it's called Loch Lomond. By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny braes, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, where we two have passed so many blithesome days, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Oh, you'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. We trusted our love last night in the broom, me Donald that loves me so dearly. For tomorrow we will march for Edinburgh town, to fetch for our King and Prince Charlie. Oh, you'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. As dauntless as I was in battle, and as tender in love, I would yield ne'er a foot or a toe to my foeman, but never again will I be free of the field of the slain, or tell my Moira I will come home by Loch Lomond. Oh, you'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. I mind where we parted on yon shady glen, on the steep, steep side of Loch Lomond, where in purple hue the Hieland hills we view, and the moon shining out from the gloaming. Oh, you'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. The wee bird may sing, and the wild flowers spring, and in the sunshine the waters are sleeping. The broken heart will ken nae second spring again, as the world does not know how we're grieving. Oh, you'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Yes, you'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Loch Lomond.
Very nice one, Brian. Remember, Loch Lomond, not an A in it. No A anywhere. It's a few different versions of that song, and the Curries do a version. It would suit you, Barry. It's tragic, really tragic, and there's lively, almost happy versions, but it is basically a sad song. But check out the.
I've merged a few verses from different versions.
Yeah, the traditional version, if you like. No, it's what we say in Scotland. It's a dour song, but it's even worse than that. It's downright bloody miserable. But some songs are. Some songs have to be to tell the story, I suppose. So.
This is a Scottish folk song by Steel Eye Span called Lowlands of Holland. The love that I have chosen, I therewith be content, and the salt sea shall be frozen before that I repent. Repent it shall I never, until the day I die, but the lowlands of Holland has twinned my love and me. My love lies in the salt sea, and I am on the side. It's enough to break a young thing's heart that lately was a bride, but lately was a bonny bride with pleasure in her high. But the lowlands of Holland has twinned my love and me. My love, he built a bonny ship and set her on the sea, with 70 good mariners to bear her company. But there's 70 of them is sunk, and 80 dead at sea, and the lowlands of Holland has twinned my love and me. My love has built another ship and set her on the sea, and named but 20 mariners, all for to bring her home. But the weary wind began to rise, and the sea began to roll, and my love then and his bonny ship turned with her shins about. There shall nae a quiff come on my head, nor comb come in my hair. There shall neither coal nor candlelight shine in my bower mare, and neither will I marry until the day I die. For I never had a love but one, and he has drowned in the sea. O Holland, it is a wondrous place, and in it grows much green. It's too wild a habitation for my true love to lie in. The wildflowers grow most plenteous there, and fruit on every tree. But the lowlands of Holland are between my love and me. Oh, hold your tongue, my daughter dear, be still and be content. There's men enough in Galloway, you need not sore lament. Oh, there's men enough in Galloway, alas, there's none for me. For I never had a love but one, and he is drowned in the sea. The Lowlands of Holland.
Oh, but Steel I Span, apparently. I'm not sure if I knew that one.
This is a sea shanty, The Maid of Amsterdam by the Roaring Troman. In Amsterdam there lived a maid, mark you well what I do say. In Amsterdam there lived a maid, and she was mistress of her trade. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Her eyes are like 2 stars so bright, mark you well what do I say. Her eyes are like 2 stars so bright, her face is fair and her step is light. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. I asked this fair maid to take a walk, mark well what I do say. I asked this maid out for a walk, that we might have some private talk. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then I took this fair maid's lily-white hand, mark well what I do say. I took this fair maid's lily-white hand in mine as we walked along the strand. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then I put my arm around her waist, mark well what I do say, for I put my arm around her waist, and from her lips snatched a kiss in haste. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then I put my hand upon her knee, mark well what I do say, I put my hand upon her knee. She said, young man, you're rather free, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then I put my hand upon her thigh, mark well what I do say, I put my hand upon her thigh. She said, young man, that's rather high, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then I put my hand yet higher still, mark well what I do say, I put my hand yet higher still. She said, young man, that's quite a thrill, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. She swore that she'd be true to me, mark well what I do say. She swore that she'd be true to me, but she spent my money fast and free. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. And when I got back home from sea, mark well what I do say, and when I got back home from sea, a soldier had her on his knee. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then take warning, boys, from me, mark well what I do say, so take a warning, boys, from me, with other men's girlfriends don't make too free. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. For if you do, you will surely rue, mark well what I do say, for if you do, you will surely rue your act and find my words come true. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid, a-roving, be my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Maid of Amsterdam.
Hey!
This is a song by 21-year-old American country singer Alec Miller called She Makes Dirt Look Like Good, which he recorded this year. She makes dirt look good. Well, I ain't much of nothing, and I'm a blue-collar country bumpkin. I've got grease on my shirt and holes in my jeans. I'm just a face in the crowd, and I never did stand out, till my baby came along and stood by me. She's that shiny coat of paint that covers up the things I ain't, but me, I'm just a piece of old driftwood. She makes dirt look good, and it is the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine taste like champagne. She is so hot, and she makes me look cool, and every time I'm with her my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders they get broader, and she makes this old farm feel like Hollywood, and she makes dirt look good. I am sitting on a bale of straw with undershirt and overalls, and she will make you think that barn's a penthouse suite. She can take a John Deere hat and hang her blonde hair out the back, and make the strongest man drop everything. Man, it turns me on to see her kick-start that old four-wheeler, and bust through the mud and take off through the woods. She makes dirt look good, and it is the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine taste like champagne. She is so hot, and she makes me look cool, and every time I'm with her my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders they get broader, and she makes this old farm feel like Hollywood, and she makes dirt look good. Yes, I am sitting on a bale of straw with undershirt and overalls, and she will make you think that barn's a penthouse suite. She can take a John Deere hat and hang her blonde hair out the back, and make the strongest man drop everything. Man, it turns me on to see her kick-start that old four-wheeler, and bust through the mud and take off through the wood. Yes, she makes dirt look good, and it is the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine taste like champagne. She is so hot, and she makes me look cool, and every time I'm with her my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders get broader, and she makes this old farm feel like Hollywood, and she makes dirt look good. Yes, I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders they get broader, and she makes this old farm feel like Hollywood, and she makes dirt look good. She makes dirt look good.
Thanks, Brian.
Oh, that's great. That was really good. Yeah, thanks, Brian. That was awesome.
The songs of Boxcar Willie, well, they take me back again to my childhood days in Blaney, when I saw my first steam train. She was standing at the station with a smokestack black and tall. Then she left for Enniskillen, heading on to Donegal. The first time that I rode this train, oh, how my poor heart felt. I was just another immigrant on my way to Holyhead. I was leaving home that morning to seek fortune and fame, so I left Castle Blaney on the GNR steam train. Farmers working in the fields, they always knew the time, as I listened to her whistle as she thundered down the line. She took many folks away from home and brought them back again, but now she's gone forever, that GNR steam train. She carried freight and livestock from factories and from fairs. She also took the pilgrims to Logdock to say their prayers. Going to an Ulster final, she was really loaded down, and she steamed away from Ballybay to the game in Clones Town. Our Taylor's Tunnel is no more, and the footbridge is now gone, and there's a row of red brick houses where the railway gates once swung. There are many men in Blaney who wish they were kids again. You could break and lose your heart on the GNR steam train. Farmers working in the fields, they always knew the time, as I listened to her whistle as she thundered down the line. She took many folk away from home and brought them back again, but now she's gone forever, that GNR steam train. And on her final journey she was shuttered to the side. The people mourned her passing like a dear friend who had died. I saw big men broken-hearted, and their tears fell like rain when they said goodbye forever to that GNR steam train. So boxcar, blow your whistle and imitate your train. The GNR or Western Union, to me they're both the same. They are now a part of history, but their memories remain. How I'd like to stop and listen to the whistle of the steam train. Farmers working in the fields, they always knew their time, as I listened to her whistle as she thundered down the line. She took many folk away from home and brought them back again. And now she's gone forever, that GNR steam train. Yes, now she's gone forever, that Great Northern Railway steam train.
Yeah, sound effects too. Well done, Brian.
GNR steam train.
I don't know what it is about Brian, but whenever I hear him sing something, it always puts a whole bunch of songs into my head, and I don't have enough time to sing them all. So there's another few gone in there.
I'm a skyscraper ween, and I live on the 19th floor, but I'm no going out to play anymore, because since we moved to Castlemaine, I'm wasting away, because I'm getting one less meal every day. Oh, ye canny fling pieces out a 20-story flat, 700 hungry weens will testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or geely, if the bread is plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. On the first day Mama flung out a dod of Hovis Brune. It came skating out the window and went instead a doon. Now every 27 hours it comes back into sight. Cost me my piece, went into orbit and became a satellite. Oh, ye canny fling pieces oot a 20-story flat. 700 hungry weans would testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or jelly, if the bread is plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. On the second day, Ma flung me a piece out once again. It went and hit the pilot in a fast, low-flying plane. He scraped it up its goggles, shouting through the intercom, "The Clydeside Reds have got me with a bread and jelly bomb." Oh, ye canny fling pieces oot a 20-story flat. 700 hungry weans would testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or jelly, if the bread is plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. On the third day, Mama thought she would try another throw, but the Salvation Army band was storming down below. Onward, Christian soldiers, was the pace they should have played, but the man was playing a piece of marmalade. Oh, ye canny fling pieces oot a 20-story flat. 700 hungry weans would testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or jelly, if the bread is plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. We wrote away to Oxfam to try and get some aid, and all the weans in Castlemead have formed a peace brigade. We're gonna march to George Square demanding civil rights, like nae Mayor whose is our peace flinging height. Oh, ye canny fling pieces oot a 20-story flat. 700 hungry weans will testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or jelly, if the bread is plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. No, ye canny fling pieces oot a 20-story flat. 700 hungry weans would testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or jelly, if the bread is plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. For Julie Peace song. Or Jamie song.
Evening, Marianne. We always say we do songs like that. Sometimes they're better. And there's one or two songs that don't work in your own accent. But I think that one would work in your own accent, because basically at the end of the day, it's just a protest song. But I was trying to figure out why he had Ali and Phil behind you there, because they've never sang it. But but there again, not many people would recognise Mark McGinn, I suppose. But I'll put a picture of Mark McGinn in.
Supposed to be a picture of the Andrew brothers, is that not then?
No, they're definitely not brothers. They're Phil and Ali.
Never mind.
It's Mark McGinn there, conveniently standing beside a block of flats with some wains. And we don't say wains in the Borders. David probably
We do.
We do.
at some point. Bairns down here.
Yeah.
The Wains is weans, the Wains. And
Me
basically,
Wayne.
at the end of the day, that was just a protest song, basically trying to get the council to avoid building blocks of flats over a certain height, and namely throwing heights, so that your mother could pass down a sandwich from the upstairs window.
My mum always thought it was the height of rudeness and bad bringing upness to chuck a piece out a window anyway. She said you could blooming well come up for it, or she would go down with it.
With all the inland
Good for
seagulls
you,
nowadays, you would never get it. You'd never see it. They'd never reach the ground.
This is a song by the Irish Rovers about a man whose father was a Protestant, Orange, and whose mother was a Catholic, Green, and it's called The orange and the green. Oh, it's the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. Oh, my father was an Ulster man, and a proud Protestant was he. My mother was a Catholic girl, from County Cork was she. They were married in 2 churches and lived happily enough, until the day that I was born and things got rather tough. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. Baptized by Father Riley, I was rushed away by car, to be made a little Orangeman and my father's shining star. I was christened David Anthony, but still in spite of that, to my father I was William, while my mother called me Pat. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. With mother every Sunday to mass I would proudly stroll. Then after that the orange lads would try to save my soul. For both sides tried to calm me, but I was smart because I played the flute or played the harp, depending where I was. Oh, it was the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. One day my mother's relations came round to visit me, just as my father's kinfolk were all sitting down to tea. We tried to smooth things over, but they all began to fight, and me being strictly neutral, I bashed everyone in sight. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. Now my parents never could agree about my type of school. My learning was all done at home, and that is why I'm such a fool. They both passed on, God rest them, but left me caught between the awful colour problem of the orange and the green. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. Yes, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. Yes, my father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green.
That's one of my favourite songs, Brian. Thank you. That's so funny, because I sing that to a completely different tune, and I'm singing along there with you, and I'm singing it your way. It's it's like when people sing a harmony, I get pulled off into a harmony. I don't even know. I don't know how that works, but
High atop a lonely moor, a widow lived alone. And in she kept, and as she slept, her pillow heard her moan. Oh, many's the lonely traveller who spent the night with me, but there is no man in all creation who gives content to me. Well, some can manage once or twice, and some can make 3 or 4. But it seems to be a rarity is the man who can do more. I would do anything to find him in heaven or in hell. And as she spoke these words, she heard a ring on her front door bell. And the wind blew cold and lonely across that widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. So boldly ran the widow, and the door did open wide, and as she did, a tall and handsome stranger stepped inside. Well, she gave him a brandy, And when that he was fed, he said, my dear, now have no fear, it's time to come to bed. For I have heard your plea right down below, and I have come to see you right. But you must come to hell with me, if I can last the night. She said, you randy devil, to this bargain I will agree. Oh, hell on earth or hell in hell, it's all the same to me. And the wind blew cold and lonely across that widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. Now as they fumbled in the bed, the devil he proved well, and devil thought before the night would end that she would be in his hell. Ah, but when she come to number 9, the widow cried out more, and when the 12th time came around, the widow cried encore. When the 25th time came around, the devil felt compelled to take a rest, but the widow cried, come raise yourself and put me to the best. At 69 the widow laughed, and again she cried, and the worn-out devil said, well, I just can see how your husband died. And the wind blew cold and lonely across that widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. When the 99th time came around, the devil he began to wail and weak, and he said, I will give you anything if you will let me go to sleep. But before the morning light was up, the devil hobbled home, and the widow, still not satisfied, once more was left alone. The widow lay there on her pillow, and she thought on 99. It's a pity that poor old devil couldn't manage one more time. I will call him up again tonight to see what can be done. With a little more application, we could make it to the ton. And the wind blew cold and lonely across that widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. But when she called the devil that night, no devil did appear, and for the first time in eternity, the devil he shook with fear. The devil, he said, of all the torments I have witnessed here in hell, I never knew what pain was until I rang your front door bell. And the wind blew cold and lonely across that widow's moor, and the devil never came away again, because he could come no more. Yes, the wind blew cold and lonely across that widow's moor, and the devil never came her way, because he could come no more. The Widow and the Devil.
Good song, Brian.
Yeah, it's a good story, that, Brian.
So, yeah.
The devil was big.
Devil, good for that.
All around the water tanks, waiting for a train, 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping in the rain. I walked up to the brakeman to give him a line of talk. He says, if you've got money, I'll see that you don't walk. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. I haven't got a nickel not a penny can I show. Get off, you railroad bum. And he slammed that boxcar door. He put me off in Texas, the place I dearly love. The wide open spaces all around me, and the moon and stars above. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Nobody seemed to want me or lend me a helping hand. I'm on my way from Frisco, I'm going back to Dixieland. Though my pocketbook is empty and my heart is full of pain, I'm 1,000 miles away from home, waiting for a train. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Nobody seemed to want me or lend me a helping hand. I'm on my way from Frisco, I'm going back to Dixieland. Though my pocketbook is empty and my heart is full of pain, I'm 1,000 miles away from home, waiting for a train. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Waiting for a train.
Hold on.
By Merle Haggard. Pretending to be Jimmy Rogers.
There you go.
We said our goodbyes long ago, never thinking we'd miss each other so. All the memories we can't leave behind, oh, we must have been out of our minds.
I thought I loved another, not you.
How foolish, I thought the same too.
They both turned out to be the wrong kind.
Oh, we must have been out of our minds.
Let's forgive and forget the past we've known, and reap together what seeds we've sown. Surely they can forgive us this time, that we must have been out of our minds. I thought I loved another, not you.
How foolish, I thought the same too.
They both turned out to be the wrong kind.
Oh, we must have been out of our minds.
Let's forgive and forget the past we've known,
and reap together the wild seeds we've sown.
surely they can forgive us in time,
that we must have been out of our minds.
I thought I loved another, not you.
How foolish, I thought the same too.
They both turned out to be the wrong kind.
Oh, we must have been out of our minds. Yes, I thought I loved another, not you.
How foolish, I thought the same too.
They both turned out to be the wrong kind.
Oh, we must have been out of our minds.
Yes, we must have been out of our minds. We must have been out of our minds.
Oh, well done with that one, Brian. I quite like that one.
Yeah, it's quite a nice one, nice slow one.
Yeah.
Makes a change him singing with people other than Tammy Wynette, to be fair, but... Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I will proclaim. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear, you will hear. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I will proclaim. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear, you will hear. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear. What is right, what is wrong, by the law, by the law. What is right and what is wrong, by the law. What is right, what is wrong, the weak arm and the strong, the short sword and the long, for to draw, for to draw. The short sword and the long, for to draw. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I will proclaim. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear, you will hear. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear. What makes heroic strife famed afar, famed afar? What made heroic strife famed afar? What makes heroic strife to whet the assassin's knife, and haunt a parent's life with bloody war, with bloody war, and haunt a parent's life with bloody war? Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I will proclaim. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear, you will hear. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear. So let your scheme alone in the state, in the state. Let your schemes alone in the state. Let your schemes alone adore the rising sun, and leave a man undone to his fate, to his fate, and leave a man undone to his fate. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I will proclaim. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear, you will hear. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I will proclaim. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear, you will hear. Your doctrines I maun blame, you will hear.
Good song, Brian.
Robbie Burns.
Yeah.
A wee bit of the Burns.
Yeah.
He wrote a very long version, but the Corey
He did indeed.
sort of trimmed it down quite a bit and changed it a bit.
Yeah. But it's got quite long, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Brian doesn't do anything short.
No.
Well, the Corys normally sing it twice through, but I'd only did it halfway through.
Right. Good song, though. Good,
Yeah.
good lively song.